The call didn't ring. It pulsed once, silent. A secure ping routed through a channel no one else knew existed. I was halfway through a lukewarm coffee in a hotel ballroom, listening to a man explain compliance metrics like they mattered. Like, comment, and subscribe Huna Stories for more stories. The screen showed a live feed, dark, shaking, a small rectangle of light slicing across metal ribs. Then her voice, not crying, screaming, the kind that burns air. "Daddy!" The sound cut when the trunk slammed. Someone laughed off camera. A man who had always called me son. Another voice, closer, calm, familiar. My wife. She said nothing, just breathed. Then the feed ended around me. Polite applause, chairs scraping, a conference ending on schedule. I didn't stand up right away. I counted to 5. I finished the coffee. My hands were steady. That mattered. I tapped one icon, one satellite. Not the network, just a single eye, precise and obedient. Coordinates bloomed on my screen. I knew exactly where my daughter was. He had 60 minutes to pray. People assume panic is loud. It isn't. Panic is the moment your mind goes quiet because it has work to do. I had been 500 meters away because my wife insisted I go, said I needed visibility, said absence would help the marriage. She smiled when she said it. That smile had been rehearsed. The signs had been there, little edits to history, a deleted call log, a calendar that changed itself. Her father's sudden interest in our routines, his questions disguised as jokes. I told myself it was paranoia, ideal in surveillance. Everything looks like a pattern if you stare long enough. I stared anyway. I remembered my daughter asking if lying made you cold forever. I remembered my wife answering too quickly. The betrayal wasn't the kidnapping, that was logistics. The betrayal was the planning, the permission, the way my wife had watched from the window, smiling because she believed I was powerless at a distance. I texted her one word, "Where?" She didn't answer. That told me everything. I didn't call the police. Systems like mine don't beg, they observe. I opened layers, traffic cameras, toll sensors, a private garage 2 counties over that owed me a favor they never knew they'd given. The car appeared, an old sedan, trunk weighted, irregular, speed cautious, like a man proud of himself. I watched him stop for gas. I watched him check the mirror. I watched him smile at a clerk. I booked a flight and never boarded it. Instead, I walked into a quiet room behind the ballroom, where the walls were lined with screens that didn't officially exist. My badge worked. It always does. I listened to my wife's phone calls as she made them. Her voice sharpened when she spoke to him, softened when she spoke to me. Voicemail only. She left one message: "Please don't overreact." I muted it. Every minute mattered, not because I was afraid, because timing is mercy. The truth arrived without drama. DNA results from a test I ran months ago, telling myself it was routine. They matched. My daughter was mine. That mattered only because my wife had told her father otherwise. I pulled audio from the house the day before the conference. "She's not his," my wife said. "He won't know." My father-in-law laughed. "Then let's teach the girls something useful." I drove. Not fast, exact. When I reached the location, I didn't rush the car. I waited until he opened the trunk himself, proud of his control. My daughter was silent now, curled, breathing shallow, alive. He turned, saw me, his face emptied. "How did you—" I handed him my phone, let him watch himself, let him hear my wife. He dropped it. I didn't touch him. I told him the truth instead. I told him every camera that had seen him, every timestamp, every witness who didn't know they were one. I told him his church had received an anonymous package, his employer too. I told him the trunk footage would surface only if he spoke my name again. My wife arrived late, breathless, eyes wild. She looked at our daughter, then at me, finally at her father. "You said he wouldn't find her," she whispered. I nodded once. I didn't. I said she did. I walked past her, took my daughter, left them with the screens still playing. My daughter sleeps with the light on now, not because she's afraid of the dark, because she knows what happens when no one is watching. I resigned from the systems I controlled, publicly, quietly kept the keys. My wife filed for forgiveness. I declined. Some applications expire. I don't think about revenge anymore. That work finished itself. The last thing I ever said to her was true and small and final. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, and subscribe Huna Stories for more stories.